Boom. Just like that. Hey, guys, and welcome to Side Jag. That's right, Side Jag, the show where staying on point is really never the point. Like, I don't think that ever happens. But we're going to talk about movies, TV shows, food, and other mayhem that might cross our minds. This is a great show for anyone interested in what's happening in the world today.
Right.
That doesn't involve anything political.
Yeah. Or only things that we care about. If you want to know what we care about, this is the show for you.
Yeah.
Or the things that annoys us. Like, I've got a good complaint here. I almost lost it, but I bought one of these cheap, and it's stuck to the desk, so I can't pull it up. One of these cheap, like Apple wireless charger type things, MagSafe type charger. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does this not charge my phone, it takes power out of my phone and puts it back in the grid. I'll put my phone on there.
Yeah.
To charge it, not playing it, no podcast, no Bluetooth, no nothing.
And
it'll go down like 1% every so often. Yeah.
It's funny too, because I mean that makes total sense. For traveling, I bought short cables for like the watch and the phone, and I don't know what it is about like the watch ones, but the watch ones suck. Because I'll just hear my watch all night, ding. Like it's coming off the charge and coming back on the charge. So it's almost like the charger is just going, oh, I'm going to shut off. Oh, I'm going to turn back on. And I'm like, the fuck?
Dude, I think Apple's like got this thing where they're like, you know what? You're not going to pay for overpriced things. You're going to pay the price anyways.
Yeah. Well, I would.
A pound of flesh.
Keep in mind, I would gladly pay for an Apple cable that isn't 3 feet long.
Right.
Make me a 12-inch cable, Apple, and I'll buy it. I'll buy yours. I don't care. I would prefer to buy yours.
Yeah.
I don't need this third-party crazy-ass thing that might catch my wall on fire. I don't want that.
Well, it's like the old controllers for gaming consoles. You're like, I'm getting the Mad Cats. I want that turbo button. And then the stupid thing breaks, and you're like, I should have never bought the Mad Cats. Should have got the Nintendo controller.
I mean, here's the funny part. The only time that has ever been successful was with Oreo cookies.
Oh, because the Hydrox?
The Hydrox was the OG.
Yeah.
What's up, Scott? Are you excited? Okay, so Scott has to be excited about this new Star Trek show that's coming out.
What's it? The Picard? Or
no, Picard is cool. Yeah, but there's the new, I don't know, the logo for it is always the crashed Enterprise. But I don't even know the premise of it. They keep Paramounting, plussing the hell out of it. I mean, and it's going back to back in the day. Pardon me, Enterprise. Heck yeah, I'm excited. What's the name of the show again, Scott? Only OEM for video controllers. Exactly.
Right.
Also, Picard season 3 has the whole. Oh, really?
Generation cast.
Because they're on season 2 right now. So, I had to kind of. I'll watch the first one,
right,
and then I'm done. I just watched the first one to get, this
a little taste,
and then I'll be like, I got to go week to week. All right, I have a life. I have a life.
I have 20 million other shows I need to watch. So
I have absolutely no shows to watch, but I have a life in the sense that I don't have a life. I'm always working, and if I can't go like, hey, you know what? I don't have anything to do until 4:00 tomorrow. Right. So if I start now, I can watch the whole 8-part series, still get 5 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, an hour of sleep, and
you might as well just stay up.
Yeah. I mean, people always say, "How do you watch that stuff? How do you watch a whole series?" You're talking about the new Strange World. Yes, Captain Pike before Kirk. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks really cool. So that'll be cool to go back into there, dive back into a little Star Trek. Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get Paramount Plus just for that.
Yeah,
I wanted to watch Halo. That's on Paramount Plus, right?
Yes.
Is it worth it?
Yes.
All right, I got to sign up but I might wait till they have like all the episodes out.
Yes, I would definitely wait because I was talking with a customer and he had something very obscure. Halo in his car, and I said, "Oh, you're a Halo fan." He just kind of looked at me like I got it, and I'm like, "I don't play the games, man. I just read the books and the comics." And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't really I suck at the games, but yeah, I've read the books and the comics. And I said, have you
Right.
seen? And I think he said to me, have you seen the new series on Paramount? I said, oh, it started. He's like, yeah. And I go, no, I haven't. He goes, well, good news. So like the new show comes out Thursday nights. So if you wait till Friday, you get to watch 2 episodes. And then at first I was like, yeah. And then I was thinking, all right, that's sad.
Yeah.
All right, it's sad that that's like the high point, but it was. I
Right.
was like, okay. So I watched I watched 2 shows. Oh, I watched first 2 episodes of Halo, which I was totally like, oh, this is gonna be solid. It's gonna be solid. I didn't expect much, so I don't know, but it seems like it's pretty cool. They got a neat cast, and the opening, I mean, the first show opening, you're just like,
Do they
all right,
play
well,
like the cathedral type music, the Halo, the
no.
Yeah,
But
okay.
the first
Ethereal.
episode, the first like before the even trailer rolls, like they have a big battle between the Covenant and the Spartans.
Yeah.
And you're just like, if it's half of this for the rest of the season, this will be awesome.
I'll have to check that out. I imagine it's a little more low budget than like a Game of Thrones or something, but
yeah, it's sci-fi. So,
Right.
but I mean, the special effects are really good.
yeah, because I was like my Halo experiences, I played Halo 2 some, got the Xbox 360, Halo 3, like that was in the prime of my adult gaming career. So I was like hitting that pretty hard.
So one of the things about Halo is that it's a parallel Halo. So they're not doing the whole flood,
Master
fall
Chief
of
story.
Reese. Oh, it is a Master Chief story, but it's not sticking to the script.
Yeah.
This is a they refer to it as a now that we're all familiar with the multiverse, this is a Halo multiverse where it's the same people, but they're not sticking to like the Fall of Reach, which will probably be a Fall of Reach too. But I mean,
Yeah.
they're just kind of like in this one, he takes his helmet off.
Oh,
You know,
no.
and well, you had to
Sacrilege.
though. It's okay, but it they did it in a really good way. You know,
And then they
so
kicked him out of the Mandalorian tribe.
they kicked him out of the Mandalorian tribe, and he has to go to the planet now, and he has to crawl underneath and find the Well of Souls, and drink the holy water from the
Right.
who fucking cares.
And all this happened on a show that's not the Mandalorian.
Pretty much, yeah. So if you didn't catch that, you're screwed. But
Yeah. You
Disney
haven't watched
knows.
this before, so
Yeah. And then I watched the new Disney Plus Moon Knight series episode 1.
I watched 2 episodes of Moon Knight.
Ooh, so you got to see. I haven't seen the second one yet.
I watched the second one last night.
Okay.
When I got done. And what'd you think of the first one?
Okay, let's talk about that. All right. You always ask me what I think of shit, and I always get yelled at because it's like, Dean's gonna say it sucks, which I probably will. But what did you think of the first one?
The first episode alone.
Yes, the first episode alone. This is all you can watch. What did you think?
I thought if I only watched the first episode, I probably wouldn't watch anymore. If because it's a lot of nothing, they're trying to set a story up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, and I'm with you there. I mean, critically, every good scene in the movie disappeared, or every good scene in the TV. It was like, and action, cut. Okay, it happened. No one got to see it, and we're back.
Exactly. Yeah, especially like when he turns into Moon Knight and he kicks the.
Yeah, I mean, you were.
Is that the first season, right?
Yeah, that was the first show. Yeah, that was the end of the first one where he kicks the little Sphinx dog thingy's ass. And just as he's changing the Moon Knight and the dog comes in, they cut to the outside of the bathroom, and you're like,
yeah, that sucked.
Did they not give this guys any money for special effects? I mean, it looks like they gave him a lot of money, but they're not using it for cool shit.
Not on that. Now, the second one, I don't know if the second one will reel you into thinking it's a good show, but there's more substance. There's something to at least bite onto.
Yeah, because there was nothing in the first one. I was just kind of like, all right. I mean, it's Disney Plus and it's Marvel, so I will.
We're like legally required, being us.
I'll let the line fall. I'll let the line go out. I'll let the line go out with the tide just a little bit more than I normally would.
Yeah.
If it was Star Wars, I'd probably jerked it back in and gone, nope, this ain't gonna work. Yeah, this is another Book of Boba Fett. You got me on that one. Yeah, you got me on that one. Fuck it, you can have the poll. I'm out. You guys suck. Stop.
Yep.
Second is slightly better, but still slow, says Cassie.
Yeah.
I know, man. It's like, come on, guys. And that's my fear with Halo. And they with Halo, they did the exact thing that you knew they were gonna do.
Yeah.
Super exciting first opening, like blow some shit up, yeah. And then second episode, oh yeah, by the way, we have to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys would probably just watch an hour of us blowing crap up and be totally happy with that, but we need a plot line.
Yeah.
We need to be able to make season 2 and have there be a reason for you to come back other than, all right, so on today's show, we're going to blow some shit up.
We're blowing some more shit up.
And tomorrow's show, we're going to blow some more shit up.
Hey, they did it with MacGyver. Like, guess what? He's going to be in a predicament in this episode. He's going to get out of it through ingenuity and engineering. Guess what's going to happen the next episode?
Okay, every HBO show, every single HBO show since Band of Brothers is the same thing. Action, there's an action scene, there's a sex scene, and there's a small bit of plot wrapped up in it. That's everything. Every single episode of every show that they've come out with since Band of Brothers, because Band of Brothers couldn't have a sex scene, has been that exact same thing. Game of Thrones really hammered that home. It was like, boom. Hey, guys, here it is. Sex, action, plot. A little bit of plot. Maybe more sex this week. Maybe a little bit more action, less sex.
And then at the end, they took all the sex and action away, and they gave us all plot, but bad plot.
And bad plot. We were like, can we get some sex?
Could
they be having sex while the ceiling falls on top of them?
I was told there'd be nudity.
I came for the death scene, but I just got rocks. We would have been really happy to see a bloodstained wall. Like, I think if Cersei and the boy with no hand, if we would have got like bad or the boys style blood gore, like you know, like when the rock comes, you just see, then we'd all been like, yeah. And that was dumb. But
they used to do that. They used to do that, but I don't know. They kind of lost their way.
Yeah. I was kind of, I mean,
have you watched anything else weird? You usually sneak one random weird thing in.
All right, so I think I've already deleted it off my phone. It was a documentary that on Netflix. And I'm gonna give you the outline of it. I don't remember the name of it. It was like Inkara or some weird thing like that. So the idea that this guy came up with for the documentary was he was a bicyclist. He was a big fan of Lance Armstrong. And he got this crazy idea that what he wanted to do was, he's an amateur. He's not a professional. He's never run a professional race, but they do like a Tour de France for amateurs. So he's like, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to train all year, and I'm going to do it without doping. I'm going to see where I fall. And then next year, I'm going to do it with doping and see where I fall.
Yeah.
So that was his plan. That was the plan for this documentary. And I, of course, thought it was more he was going to talk about doping and all this other shit. So the first year he runs it, and he gets like 18th or 14th or something. It didn't really matter. The second year, he's going to dope. And so he reaches out to some people, and he ends up hooking up with one of the premier, like, officials, druggists, chemists, guys that does the testing for like the Olympics and all this other. He's a sports tester, and he's like, "Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm on board. Let's do it." And then he's like, "No, I don't think I should be part of this because like that could be bad for like my image."
Yeah,
and.
The guy, the doctor, or the guy?
The doctor decides it's going to be bad for his image. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to do this." I'm like, okay. He goes, "Hey, I know this Russian, Grigorsky, and this guy is the guy you need to reach out to because he will take care of you."
Yeah.
And this, so cool. He's like, perfect. He didn't care because there again, the only thing he was focusing on was his documentary, which was doing this bicycle challenge.
Right.
Well, so he gets talks to Grigorsky. They figure it all out. Well, as it turns out, Grigorsky is the guy that has been running the doping program for the Soviet Union for like the last 15 to 20 years. So he's the guy. Like, this guy's the fucking expert. Like, he knows where all the bodies are buried. He's been to prison. He's been handpicked by Putin to, drug and deuce all these people and make them so they can pass all the tests.
Right.
Okay. He was like, he at the Russian Olympics, when they built the facility, like, they had trap doors. The KGB was like swapping in and out pee. They took the bottle that the Olympics people use, and there's a break seal top on it. So like, once it's locked down, it can't be done, and it's a tamper-proof top. No. They literally remanufactured the top so they could take the top off, throw it away, dump off the piss, put new on regular piss in there, and screw the top back on and put it back on the shelf. Like,
damn.
Okay, so all this stuff was coming out, I guess, and so it goes from this like doping bike ride thing that ends up failing miserably because like his bike breaks, and so he goes like totally ruins the race to like he becomes like best friends with this guy, and he's got to get him out of Russia before like they kill him.
Damn.
And I'm just like,
this took a turn.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is on the plane, and I am dead tired. So I'm like, I'm almost like moon knighting through this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah.
So to end this story, this guy is somewhere in protective custody here in America, doing his thing and telling people bad things and all
so the whole part of the first thing didn't work out.
The whole part of the first thing didn't work out.
Yeah.
But the second idea worked out way better because it was like a 2.5 hour documentary about doping in Russia, and like this guy. So he published in the New York Times, so it's a real thing. So like he published the list of all the Russians that doped. So they want this guy dead.
Oh damn.
Like they literally want this guy dead. But yeah. Just all right. What does Cassie say? I just wanted to say, after watching Reacher the entire season, hubby and I stood up and yelled, "Yeah, right!"
Did they do like clap their like? I want it to be like Eddie's montage where they click their heels. They jumped up, clicked their heels. Yeah.
No, I just yeah. I mean, Reacher is like the epitome of 1990s action movie, where it's like, but they did it right though. It was just the right enough action. Acting was okay, and the storyline was solid enough to carry it through, but weak enough to where anyone can figure out what the hell's going on. Like, you mean
what I like about Reacher is I don't have to pay full attention to it. I can
you know who the bad guys are.
Right. I can, answer text messages, emails, or whatever, and watch Reacher.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh. Something's amiss.
I tried.
He tried. Your ears weren't breathing?
Yeah, they're definitely for music. The noise canceling on was just killing me. It was too much. So yeah. Anyways, no, but that's the cool thing about Reacher is that you just it's a feel good show. You just like, yes, you could answer text messages. You don't have to worry. Like, you already know who the bad guy is. Like, you knew the son and the dad were total douchebags, and that they were the ones doing all the bad stuff in the town. There was no guessing. It was just sit back, relax, eat some popcorn, have a piece of pizza, and
let him
be
do his thing.
entertained.
Yeah.
Do you all feel entertained? Totally.
This was a good scene. He's like, you ever watch a Kool-Aid commercial? You ever seen a Kool-Aid commercial? When he tells the cop.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what has to be done. I've been watching something weird.
All right, what have you been watching?
All right, so I'm going to blame this all on Cassie, my Cassie. She got me, and Bailey. She started watching Euphoria on HBO.
Okay.
This show is so dude, this show is very, very strange. It's about teenage drug addicts, and it's narrated by a teenage I don't know. She's heroin. She's addicted to opioids, is what it is, and pills and all this stuff. She narrates the whole thing.
Okay.
So she's a bit of an unreliable narrator, and just talking about the college experience and all this stuff. It's like,
so it's narrated by someone that sucks as a narrator.
right.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
because you don't know if what she's saying is the truth or it's not the truth. There is a obscene amount of nudity. It's very vulgar. I was like, whoa, man, this show is not what I expected it to be. So I don't know that I could
liking it though?
Yeah, I like it. Just because it's like it keeps you going.
Okay.
But it's not for like if you got kids, definitely don't watch this.
Oh.
I wouldn't even recommend it for Haley.
No,
I'm
she
just
wouldn't.
but
I mean, I don't know.
Bailey's
watch
literally the one to
that
tell
I
us
just
about
sit
us.
there and go, "What the hell are you watching?"
Yeah. I guarantee you she's watched it.
Haley?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have live people in it. Or I mean, it doesn't have. She's a reality show person, man. She just wants to watch, reality crap. Like she
Sex
just got
Island
done,
or whatever.
Or The Experiment, the one where they like took people and asked them, we were watching the finale or one of them, and by watching it was on while I was sitting there, and it's like there's a wall, and you just talk to the people, and you decide if you want to marry them by just talking to them.
I watched one like that on Netflix where they don't ever meet each other and they
Yes.
they only talk by a social network and that someone's trying to win.
Oh, that's The Ring.
The Ring. I watched one season and it was okay. No, we watched 2 seasons.
I was gonna say 2 seasons. Come on, man.
Yeah, we watched 2 seasons, but then they come out with another one. I was like, I don't like these people, so I'm done. Yeah.
I don't know. She'll just sit there. And
Dude,
then the
it's
one
better than every cop procedural show that Cassie watches over and over and over.
True. The other one they're watching right now is Below Deck.
I've heard of it. I don't think it's for me.
It's not. It's not me. It tortures me to watch it. I'm like, God.
Yeah.
I just look at them both and go, I used to think you guys were like smart. You're idiots, and they're just like, shut up.
And it's like I don't like watching bad people, man. Like
I don't
these people are clearly bad people.
They suck. They are just, and the sad thing is they're probably not. They're probably good people, but they're editing them and telling them to just be idiots, and you're just like, I can't watch that. I don't do game shows, man. I don't really. It's like I don't care. It's taking too long. Oh, it falls apart. Oh.
Dude, I get better. I don't know what it is. Like all the YouTube channels that I watch, I get a better story from them than stuff like that. And I'd rather watch the YouTube video because I'm like a weekly story. What are they doing in their lives? I watch people that are building their own house and all kinds of stuff. But
yeah.
Or I watch you blow up a speaker.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, hey, got to live vicariously through the smoke.
Exactly.
But the movie we did watch this week is Murder on the Nile, right?
Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile. I was thinking Murder on the Orient Express, which was the precursor to this. So if you caught Murder on the Orient Express and you liked it, then the Nile, which is one of the books that this is based off of, is the next one in.
Yeah, or it's Clue.
Yeah, it's basically Clue. Yeah, it's 100%. It's probably what the board game Clue was based off of.
Right.
Because I don't know what came first, the board game or this. I want to say this because it just seems like this would have come before Clue, and Parker Brothers or whoever it was stole the idea.
Exactly.
But so I'm going to start with my first complaint. I will say this. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It was what it was, and that was all I wanted. But the part of the movie that just kind of like didn't really do it for me, which it was, I didn't. The beginning of the movie where he gets the bomb that explodes in his face and the whole thing, and
but that's all that to explain the stupid mustache.
Well, no, it wasn't to explain the stupid mustache. It was to explain his connection to women and why. Because he finds out like I guess she dies or something like that at some point.
Yeah, on the train.
And he can never love again. So it was all of this to explain this little tiny part, and it was like,
and he never falls in love with the woman. it's like a red herring that he's gonna. I guess at the end it's up to interpretation, but I will say, like, if you chop the first hour off of this movie,
Yes.
and just start cold 1 hour in, you don't even got to do no editing.
Yep.
I think it's a better movie.
Yes.
At that point, yeah,
I think it is too. I think it is too.
Because
And
it picks up steam. It's like, okay, that now I'm enjoying it. The first part of it's kind of a slog. It's like, I don't know. I'm already committed to watching it, so I'm gonna watch it.
But it's like, and they didn't need any of it because we already knew the character. Like if they would have just showed a young version of him doing his Sherlock Holmes shit, like,
Right.
but it still wasn't needed. Yeah, Mr. Colonel Mustard. It's Colonel Mustard in the library with a knife. Okay, the mustache had a mustache. That was it did. That was funny. I always thought the same thing too. What is that? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
the double thing. And
you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Did you watch any Seinfeld?
Yes.
Did you know when Jerry got the shirt with the ruffles?
Oh yeah, pirate.
And he's like, I'm a fancy boy.
No, you're a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that made that bad too was like if you messed up your face that bad, you could never grow that mustache.
Right. Yeah.
You'd never be able to grow.
You lost all the hair follicles.
Yeah, it would all be moved around, and
But I think in the realm of disbelief,
yes,
we'll let that one slide.
We'll
compared
let it
to everything else.
But that was irritating me through the whole thing though, because I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, how's he gonna grow a mustache? Like, that's not gonna be able to stitch back together, right? That'll never heal properly. The follicles will all be wrong. Okay, whatever. But yes, that whole part of it really served no purpose for the story. We already know who the character is. We already know how good he is. Start in the nightclub, and that's where the movie starts. You could literally fast forward to the nightclub scene in the movie,
right?
And that is where the movie starts. Everything before that
doesn't matter.
Totally fucking useless. It absolutely nothing for the plot of the movie. It really was a waste.
It shows you two things. It shows you the mustache, or it's three things: the mustached woman, and it shows you that he is ingenious. That's it.
Yeah. So, but we already knew all those things because we watched the first movie. We watched Murder on the Orient Express.
I never watched the first one.
Oh, really?
I didn't know this was a part 2 to another one.
Yeah, this is part 2. Murder on the Orient Express was the first. Murder on the Orient Express was the first one. Better movie because they put that time that they wasted on the mustache story into the actual train story because it served way better. And it was a little bit more. That's where he meets Book.
Was it same players?
My friend Book. Huh?
Was it like the same players or different cast?
Different players, okay. Same story. Different players, same story.
Okay.
That's
funny that I didn't even realize this was a part 2. That's hilarious.
No,
I was like, they just remade Clue.
Yeah. No, that's why when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to watch it because I, unlike everyone else that I know, I liked the first one because I thought Murder on the Orient Express was good. It's one of those where you almost have to pay attention, but it's not important because at the end they're gonna fold it all out for you and go like, here's all the shit.
This is what happened. Yeah.
And we didn't even have to tell you. You don't even have to guess. Like you don't have to. It's not like a normal movie where they're like, did you notice this thing over here was turned and then it wasn't? No.
Yeah.
You didn't have to know. You didn't have to know because you just need to watch the movie and enjoy it, which I love that. I mean, I'm a passive watcher. I don't want to have to be like,
sit there and think about it. Yeah, challenge watches. That's what's they're gonna tell you all of it.
Yep.
And once you get into it, like once it's flowing, it's like, okay, now we're in the pocket. This is enjoyable. It's not a perfect movie, but once you're in the pocket and you're like, okay, we're starting to deduct, like, okay, who did this? Who possibly did this? Because at this point, we don't have all that information, and we only gain the information through each person's eyes as we're going along, and that is what I think. That's what makes it good.
It's not based on a Agatha Christie novel. No, these are actually old stories that have been around for a while. Hold on a second. Murder on the Orient Express.
I remember that movie now that you said the name, but I spaced. Totally didn't know it.
Detective Agatha Christie featuring Belgian detective. Yeah, it is Agatha Christie. Sorry.
Christie.
Sorry, David. You were right. It is Agatha Christie's, featuring the Belgian detective. Heracles, whatever. United Kingdom. This was back in 1934.
Wow.
So,
I bet they done radio plays of it back then. What do you know that?
The Hound of Death, preceded by the Hounds of Death.
That'll be the next one.
No, but I enjoyed it. I like him. I think he's a good actor. I think he played the role really well.
Yeah.
I didn't know who. I mean, I figured she was the one that. I just was on a plane. I just wanted to enjoy the movie. Put my headphones on, immerse myself into it. I didn't know who was going to die. I was really hoping it was going to be the husband. I'm not deep into the story or the lore or all of it.
That husband is such a tool, man.
Yeah.
First of all, like, this dude he's got nothing. He is nothing. He's got nothing. And he's landing like two of the hottest women ever. Like, how is this happening? Like, this is the most unbelievable part right here. And then he gets the one sister to kill the other sister.
Well, they weren't sisters. They were just school friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they weren't. They weren't related. They were just, and that was the funny part. Was she said you were the only one that
never cared about the money.
Yeah.
How did she get the money now?
She was an heiress.
Yeah, because I was like, this is very like vague on how the money come about.
Oh, and then there were none. Oh, that's a book she wrote. Dang. Okay, I don't want to dig deep into Agatha Christie here.
Oh man, you're gonna be into it.
I don't want to, but no, because it wasn't that important. This was a great popcorn movie. This was 100% a great popcorn movie. I watched it. I was like, man, I'm glad I watched it. I had a lot of fun. It's a good story. I totally agree with you guys. Halfway in the movie, yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. But no, it was just a fun watch. You know.
Yeah.
You were just waiting because you knew it's like I always like the smartest guy in the room movies, where it's like, but then they have faults. Like, you know, he got drugged, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's got like
the biggest ego in the world.
Yeah, he does, and he admittedly says he does.
Right.
He straight up says, "I do."
Yeah.
But that's great though, because
he's like, that's beside the point right now.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and that's his problem, and that's his problem, is that he can't help being the smartest guy in the room, in the sense that he is always paying attention. He just looks at everyone as the dopes that they are, and the funny thing is he tolerates it all. If you think about it, because like if nobody would have gotten murdered, all of the crap that went on in the background, he would have just ignored. Like when the guy tried to dump the rock on him, he knew who did it. He just wasn't going to say anything, because he was like, "What's the matter? Nobody got hurt." You know, no one could get away with anything around him. And
he's like, if no one, like you said, if no one, nothing happens. He's filed all this into his brain for nothing. So then he has to dispatch it to file new things into his brain. Yeah,
but I don't think he ever does that. I think that's his character, though, is that he just chalks it up to like, now I know this.
Yeah.
You know, that's that type of character, though, where he just is taking in information all the time and just processes it where it needs to go. And because if you think about it, he's just because he was taking in all the nuances of everything that was going on, regardless of whether it needed to be relevant or not. So in his mind, everything is relevant, and it just all has to be put in its own little card catalog of reference, so that if he ever needs to go back and go, "Oh yeah, this happened," you know, because he didn't know that there was going to be something bad, so he just, you know, and there again, if he runs into these people ever again, his brain knows exactly what is going on.
I got a buddy that is exactly like that. So he pays attention to everything, and he will know. He might not know immediately. Be like, hold up, just give me a minute. I got to go to my mind palace. I'll get back to you. And sure enough,
mind palace.
Sure enough, man, he will come back to you with the answer you seek, if he ever had that information.
Yeah. See, my biggest problem is names. I suck at remembering names. I have to do name association. Like I have to Like anytime we learn somebody's new name, if I have to like if you introduce yourself for the first time to me, I'm not going to remember your name at all. Never, because in my brain, I don't know if I'll ever see you again. And it's hard enough to remember the people I have to remember. So until you become in the circle, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's just I don't have enough room. I don't. Yes, I don't have enough bandwidth to remember everyone's name. But the more time we bump into each other, then it becomes a thing that like I need to pay attention to. Like once it becomes a thing, like I need to know this person's name, then they'll remember their names.
Well, now we're seeing how a Cassie goes to a Casey back to a Cassie. That's the regression.
Yes, correct. Because it's Cassie, but it still looks like Casey. And it'll, and it's just trying to remember Cassie.
Yeah.
And even there, sometimes I'll still forget because then I'll confuse myself because I can't associate it with anything other than her picture. And then I'll just be like,
if she changes her picture, you're done.
Oh, I'm totally out. And Bobby's Uncle Bobby B, so.
Uncle Bobby B. That's a good,
that was, but that was my word association for him. So that's because that's when I started that. Because he used to pop up, and I was like, shit. How am I going to remember this guy's name constantly? And it was like, I loved that scene in that movie where it was just like, Uncle Bobby B, baby, Uncle Bobby B. And so I immediately called it. I just said Uncle Bobby B.
But see, it's a good thing Uncle Bobby B is such a good guy because he could have totally killed you in Fernando in California.
Nah, he's too nice of a guy.
I know. Well, see, luckily for you.
Yeah. But that's that. But there again, I'm too busy most of the time looking past the name.
Yeah.
I can't concentrate on the name. The name thing is though important and probably very important.
Right.
I am already past that in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like I heard whoa, and it's like we're moving past that. It's like I talked to people this weekend and I still do not remember their names. And it was important. Like, shit, I should remember their names. But I'll remember something about them so that when I meet them again, I know who they were with and what they did. Or I know people that know them and I can go, hey, what was this guy's name again?
Right. Dude, I cannot remember names. I have a bad memory, short-term memory for things like that. I just cop to it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm so sorry, man. I forgot your name again. Like I'm going to keep doing this. I'm sorry.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I just play along.
Yeah.
But see, the nice thing is so in there again, and I know this has nothing to do with the movie we watch, but it kind of does because his character had great recall. But I've been training Fernando to pay attention to these things because he was a no details kind of guy at all. So my problem is if I'm in a room with a bunch of people, I can't shut off all the conversations. So I will, like, if I'm not doing something and I'm in a room full of people, I will walk up and talk to anybody just so I don't have to listen to 6 conversations because I'll hear them all and I'll be like,
oh no, dude, I could go through blind. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I perfect example of that this weekend or yesterday. Yes. I hate traveling during the
one day.
Yeah, it's 24 hours of madness. I was sitting I was walking through, taking some video, and a friend of mine, Frankie, and this other one of his clients, one of the companies he represents, were talking, and they were talking. It was funny. It's funny because they were talking about amp dynos, and he was talking about how Steve Mead had done an amp dyno and it didn't go well for them, and it was a long time ago, and blah blah blah, and he was complaining, and I go, hey, because I'm focused on this, but they're talking, and I can't not listen, and I go, hey, amp dynos don't work that way, okay? It's not how they work. You can say what you want, but they don't lie, all right? They don't lie. You can fudge them all you want, but they just do what they do. Well, it wasn't playing music. I'm like, it has the pulse. It's just like music, okay? And if your amp was that good, that would have been the best test for it because it would show you, like I tested an amp the other day. I was getting 700 watts, did the pulse, got 1,000. I was like,
Yeah.
so 1,000 with music, 700 with a tone. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But and so I just couldn't tune them out, and it was pissing me off. I was like, could you guys just shut up?
Yeah.
Okay, just hold your conversation. Let me finish.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. I got to get this footage, and then you guys can go back to bitching about your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so terrible. But
that sounds like an affliction, man. I couldn't live like that.
I have really good headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing too. Oh my God, noise. So as I was telling you, new noise canceling. I got the new Sony 1000, blah blah blah, noise canceling headphones. Had them on the airplane, and I started watching the movie before the plane took off. And that whole beginning sequence that was okay. So
yeah,
like that sequence in the beginning of the movie with the bombs and and all that sounded amazing on those freaking headphones, man. I was like, dude, this is cool. That's why I didn't even really pay attention to that part of the movie, because we hadn't taxied away yet, so there was no noise. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I'm not even like, movie here, brain seeing past the phone, just listening to and I'm going, damn, these things sound really good for movies. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then it was afterwards, I was like, that was the dumbest scene ever.
Yeah, I got totally ripped. You know what you need to watch with those headphones? The Batman.
Which one? The new one?
The new one. The sound in that is pretty insane.
Oh, I might, because when I go to Austria at the end of the month, hopefully Batman will be out, because I'll totally watch that.
Yeah.
But where I was going with that is with the noise canceling, because it does such a good job noise canceling.
Yeah.
I can hear people having their conversations on the plane.
Oh man.
There's a little girl behind me.
Yeah.
She's carrying on a conversation with her Grammy, and I had to listen to that. And then there was a guy a seat up from me that was talking. He was a loud talker in the airplane, so he was carrying on a conversation with the person sitting next to him. And I'm like, turning the volume up on the movie. Please stop talking. I don't want to hear you. And then I'm like, and then I just have to literally focus on the movie, because it's like, God.
I gotta pay for business class, because I can't. If someone leans back, I'm done. My knees are done. They are on that seat basically.
Yeah. Well, Southwest doesn't have a business class.
Oh, dude.
Southwest is welcome to the plane. Sit where you like.
Yeah, we're going Delta then. Yeah, I don't think I've ever flown Southwest.
That's all we fly.
Yeah. Is it cheaper or something?
No, it's just they have flights where we want to go. I mean, it's reasonably priced. By the time I get done paying for my ticket, it's usually not. But I mean, we pay to board early.
Yeah.
That pissed me off too, man. Oh, I was so pissed.
Did it burn you?
So we pay. So you pay an extra $20 per person per ticket.
Yeah.
To board, to pre-register, so you don't have to go on your phone 24 hours before the flight's going to take off and do that registration bull crap. I can't remember to do that. Are you kidding me? I have a life, meaning I'm doing shit. And so it's $20, and then you get put into the A loading zone, which means you get to be first on the plane. I like to sit over the wing, like less turbulence. It's a little bit noisier, but I don't care. I'm not doing this. Right. This is plane does this. You don't move. Turbulence it's a better place for me. And you get off the plane at a decent amount of time, because I don't know. I haven't figured out how people can't figure out how to get off a fucking plane.
No, dude. There's always the one in the very back, and he's trying to run up to be the first one off.
Well, there's that guy, but then it's like the people it's like, okay, so we sat like 10 rows back.
Yeah.
And it took everyone forever. I'm like,
I hate it too, man. It's like you can see what they're doing, like this one.
Yeah. Just
you see it coming, like.
And on this plane, it was literally they were literally staggered. So it was like this one goes first, this one goes, and I was, which is fine. A lot of people have figured that out, but they can't figure out how to get up out of the seat
and get
their shit and go. It's like literally, I'm sitting there like this, and as I go, I just pull it with me. And if you're standing too close, I'm gonna hit you with my wheels, and I don't care, dude. This lady gets out of her chair in front of us, takes her shit off, sets it in the chair, comes up, pulls this thing down. It's way too. If you can't lift the suitcase above your head, don't bring it on the goddamn plane. Check it. It's free. Okay? What is wrong with these people? Barely can get it off. Sets it on the floor. Picks her shit up on it. Puts it all back on. And meanwhile, the rest of her is just like this.
Everyone waiting behind her.
Because she's in the middle of the aisle. And you're like, oh,
man, the problem is people. The problem is people.
Oh, for sure. And then the best thing was we traveled with a new backpack. So I took a new think tank, airport.
Wow.
We've never traveled with this backpack before. We bought it and it's been sitting on the shelf for like 2 years because I was like, there's no way this thing will fit underneath the seat.
Right.
And this time we're like, we're going to bring it because I had to pack clothes in it. I'm like, if worst comes to worst, I can put it in the overhead because we don't have any luggage.
Yeah.
So, and it's big enough to where it could go in the overhead. It fit underneath the seat, but it stuck out about like you couldn't sit there because it stuck out from like I couldn't fit I had to like sit with my legs like this.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't put my feet on the floor because it was hitting the backpack, but it fit underneath the seat, so it was okay.
Yeah.
But this thing was a monster, man. It's like that deep, and of course
you guys each had one.
Oh yeah. He always brings a big backpack.
I'm like, Nando, I'm putting this backpack under your seat. Your legs don't need it.
Well, and honestly, that probably would have been the right move. I didn't think about it because his backpack is like that much shorter,
right?
And we could have just switched them, and that would have made sense because his feet don't touch the ground anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
He's living the life up there, man.
Yeah, he is. He was watching the Will Smith movie, King James or whatever the hell it was.
King Richard.
He was watching King Richard, and which was good. Oh, right. I know what other movie I watched. The one
with the guy that did the thing.
No, it was the coach for the Saints that got. It was on Netflix. James, the fat guy actor, heavy set actor, Kevin James. It's Kevin James.
Oh, I think where he has to coach Little League.
He goes back to teach his son's football team.
Yeah.
I watched that. Which I can't think of the name of it. It was funny. Yeah. He did a good job. I laughed my ass. There was a couple scenes in that movie where I literally laughed my ass off. And Fernando's already watched it. And I'm wholeheartedly on this plane laughing my ass off. And Fernando's laughing at me because I'm laughing so hard watching this. And I was like, dude, this was good. Like it made me laugh. So I was like, this was pretty cool. And that was a Netflix movie. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. I think we saved that one. Didn't watch it yet though.
Oh no, it was worth it. There again, it's the same story we've seen a million times where, the professional coach has to come in and teach a little kid's coach, and it's this strange dad that's trying to make up for his son, and he takes it too far, and there's nothing original about it. It's just he's a good actor. It also had who hasn't been a movie in forever, the Wolf Kid from the Vampire Show.
Yeah. He's that original coach. Because I've seen the preview.
Yeah. Home Team on Netflix.
Right.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
David coming in as always with the solid answer. That was a good one. I enjoyed that a lot. And now people know that if they're gonna carry a backpack for camera gear on an airplane, you want to get a think tank because they make the best backpacks for those.
You know what I carry? Just the North Face with a laptop sleeve in it spot. But if it's under there pretty easy, and I have I can get all my stuff. Like if I'm gone a week, I can get everything in one carry-on and one backpack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do too.
Yeah.
But our backpacks are full. Like we bring everything. Like we have a full recording studio in our two backpacks. Like, dude, we got the A10 minis, we got cameras, we got extension cords, we got power blocks. Dude, we got we can literally and now we have this goddamn the Ronin, and we got a helicopter. We travel with so much crap. This trip we tried to narrow it down so that we could. I fit all my clothes into an 8-gallon Ziploc bag or a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. It just slid right in, and then I had my bathroom stuff and the other in a
Yeah.
little tiny sandwich bag. And dude, the best thing at the airport is when you go through the new scanners where you don't have to do anything. Just take
You
your
don't have to
shoes
take.
off. You don't have to pull
That's where I
anything
went
out.
through. Right. Yeah.
Those are the best. And
Yep.
Southwest has them. You just got to catch the right lane, and
Yeah.
you still sit there. And the guy, and I know why the TSA guys are so like, because you sit there and you go, just put your bag in the cart. Just put your bag. You don't have to take your laptops, nothing
They
out.
don't understand it.
And then you
Nobody
see the
listens
idiot
to
that, you know,
yeah.
the dumb old guy in front of us was sitting there and he's unzipping his thing. And the guy's like, no, man, just put it all back in, you know. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, because we got to the airport about 1:30 on a Tuesday. And
Right.
we literally walked right up to the TSA to give them our license. And we're like, holy crap, we've never done this.
Right.
And that was the end of it. Just trying to get through these stupid and it was
Right.
like, and the lady goes, why is this taking so long? And I'm like, because they're new machines and they don't know how to use them yet.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? Because we were just there like 2 weeks ago and they didn't have these machines. I was like, yeah, these are new machines. They're still trying to figure it out. This is good. I'm glad they replaced all of them with the new machines, and those are the only ones running right now. That makes tons of sense.
Yeah,
like
that's how you do it. Efficiency.
Yeah, that's how you do it. We're all going to learn today.
Right. Oh, you know, people don't get the shoes. Like, they act like they don't know this situation since 9/11.
Yeah.
And they act befuddled. Like, I got to take my shoes off. I see this specifically one guy when I flew to North Carolina. He just like befuddled every step of the way. Everything they asked him to do.
Well, to be honest, it's a high stress thing. Everyone's stressed
Yeah.
out. Everyone's stressed out. They're going to miss their plane, or the TSA is going to like put on some gloves.
Right.
I mean, it's like, dude, no, this isn't that hard. This really isn't that hard.
Yeah.
You know, you just it's one of those things where it's like you just like follow directions. I mean, here was the best part. So you're supposed to take your belt off and all this other crap, and you're supposed to take your little baggie out and all this of all your liquids and shit. Dude, I haven't taken my liquid bag out in probably a year. And except if I'm going from Stillwater, Oklahoma, in which case, yes, you're taking your baggie, your belt, and all that other crap. But so we were so behind, and we were just amazed to get to this airport. And you know, you're going through the thing, and they scan you, and then we both stand there and we look at each other, and we're both wearing belts, and they wanted to frisk my wrist.
Yeah,
they're like, I see you're wearing a watch. Could you roll it over so I can see both sides? And I'm like, it's an Apple Watch. Doesn't get any better on the backside. And that was, you know, it's like, that's what they wanted to see. I was like, okay, sounds good.
You got a bomb under there.
Well, you never know. And that's the thing. Yeah. You never know what is hot right now. So you just play along. Whatever you guys need. What do you need? You know?
Oh, I about lost my pants. I had to take the belt off, and I was like,
and you got to do this, and your pants fall.
Yeah, I was like,
I know that has to have happened at some point.
Oh yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to cross leg, do something, because I forgot. I was like, I shouldn't wear pants that were this loose. I should have got the tight ones. But I wanted to be comfortable on the plane. I should have wore sweats, really.
Yeah, sweats for sure. Well, that was the thing. Like, we knew the weather was like 50 where we were going.
Right.
And so I put on jeans before we left. So it's 86.
You had to dig through the very back of the closet. Like,
no, I went and bought a new pair. I went and bought new ones because I didn't have any. I needed new jeans because I only had like one pair left. And so I went and bought new ones. And then, so we're driving and I'm like, dude, this sucks. It's so hot. We need to get to the airport quick where they've acclimated everything to cold.
Right.
Because I'm just burning up. And I was like, and the whole time I'm going, man, I should just left my shorts on. And then we got off the plane. I was like, man, thank God I had jeans. Thank God I had jeans. I was like 50 something. I'm like, this sucks. Oh my God. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But, the airport is cold. It doesn't matter who you are.
What movie do you want to watch this week?
Listen, are you up for a cartoon?
I am up for a cartoon. I'm totally up for a cartoon.
What about Turning Red?
Ooh, yes. Let's do that because I know Haley wants to watch it and it looks funny.
Good. Yeah. And there's some controversy surrounding it. Because Turning Red, if you sit there and think about what's happening, like it's her period, right? So, you know, people get offended. You don't talk about grill things. There
are some people that really need help.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they need to just stop.
Listen, Dean, we can't talk about periods. It's no
We're
one
getting
needs to know.
you're getting your red panda. I'm getting
Right,
my red panda, Mom.
exactly. But I think it looks good. So
It
that
does
was
look
one
good.
I had. All right, cool.
I'm in. I'm down. I'm totally
That
want.
was
I'm
easy.
down. And Cassie is laughing her ass off because
Yeah. It's so, periods. We don't talk about them as culture.
yeah, and no, she turns into a beast. Which
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, wow, this is just
I
a
mean,
slam on females. I'm totally
yeah,
in. Oh, this is so bad.
right.
Like, oh man,
It's gonna
I
be
don't care.
horrible. Cover your
Yeah,
eyes, Cassie. Don't watch. Yeah, don't let
don't
them bring
watch
it
it.
down.
Or actually, she should watch it. We should have
Yeah,
her on so she can give us the direct correlation between being a female and watching this movie. Because I
yeah,
mean, what do we know?
exactly.
I mean, that's just the time of the month when I leave the house.
Oh, dude, I always dreaded. Listen, I always dreaded that Bailey I was gonna be the one here when this situation happened. Like, I got nothing. I got nothing. But luckily for me, not for her, it happened at school. Then my wife
Ooh,
had to, yeah. So it
that's
was
not good.
actually, it was like really horrible for her, but
Yeah, yeah, that sounds really horrible for her.
it was
No,
good for me.
it's cute. Just shocked. Okay. Oh, no, we. This is period talk with
Yeah,
two
with two
dudes.
guys that don't know shit about it.
No, well, I mean, to be fair, I had two sisters,
Yeah,
and so and Sue's a woman, so she's female. Anyways, we kind of prepped Haley. Like I'm
yeah,
like, all right, I'm like, this isn't going to be taboo. We need to talk about this. We need to prep her. We need to get her ready for this. Is going to happen at some point. She's got friends
right.
that it's happened on, so we need to be on watch. Like we need to
Yeah,
have.
a
We're not
plan.
waiting
We
to
had a
go to the
plan.
store after the fact. I want to have inventory now, and because I mean, there again, I grew up with two sisters, and I worked for Procter and Gamble, and used to have to help them set the tampon section. So I'm totally up with the whole like I knew more
Yeah,
about tampons when I was 18 than I ever wanted to know about tampons for the rest of my freaking life because I didn't need
yeah,
to know all of the shapes and sizes and thicknesses and the whole like dude, there is literally like a whole diagram on the box that
I
shows,
know.
and you're just like,
Listen, I'm never like if Cassie's like, hey, can you grab me tampons or whatever? No problem getting that. No sweat at all. Where the problem lies in is I need very specific ones. That's where we we run into issues. Like, okay, there is 10 million of these. Like,
yeah,
send me a picture. This is before
yeah,
smartphones were
send me a
like
picture.
I need to know exactly which ones you need.
Send me a UPC.
Yeah, exactly. Shark Week.
Is it Shark Week?
No,
Oh, okay. I was
I
gonna
think it
say.
was the blood, the period.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
she was
yeah.
going with the flow.
She was going with the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
Ant flow to be specific.
Just throw chocolates at us and
Dude,
stick
we're
with
gonna
us.
have
So.
some good zingers for this next one.
Oh, dude, I love zingers, and
Yeah,
I mean the actual.
the
I mean
actual
the actual
zingers.
snap cakes or
Yeah,
snack cakes.
yeah.
The
Speaking of
red,
food, like zingers are great.
dude, the red
The
ones
red
with the
ones,
coconut.
those are the best.
Those are the best.
People
So
disagree with me. They always think that it's the chocolate ones.
no,
I
the
like the
chocolate ones
chocolate ones.
suck.
I like the chocolate ones, but
Yeah,
the red ones,
they're
boom.
okay. They're just chocolate. Like, oh, hey, wow, chocolate, whatever. No, the red
Yeah,
ones, and then even the brown ones with the
they just
yellow
got
hard frosting on top. I'm out, you fellas. Have a good.
period
You
top.
too, man. You too,
Got them
Scott.
out.
Little Debbie's. No. Yeah, well, I mean, Little Debbie's owns them now, but no, the Singers were the best, and that was Dolly Madison back in the day,
Yeah,
and I will always associate Snoopy with Dolly Madison at Christmas time because all of the Christmas shows were always brought to you by Dolly
Dolly
Madison,
Madison.
and they
Yeah.
would just have these giant platters of zingers, and I would just sit there and look at it and go, when I'm
God,
older and rich, I want that platter.
I'm only gonna eat those. That's it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do we have to do to get a platter of zingers for Christmas? Screw cookies, I want zingers.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no. I'll be like, you guys suck. Wow, it took them all show, and then they finally showed up.
It's been a while. It's been months. I thought they
Yeah,
forgot about us.
I wish they had.
Yeah.
Um, Would have been nice. Now they're just going crazy.
Right.
Well, that's it, guys. So we have a show to a movie, cartoon, Disney, to
And I
watch.
guess for next week,
Oh, we have a guest. Is that Andy?
Andy.
Andy. Sorry, Cassie.
And
We'll
he's
get you
got
on them.
kids.
Oh. Well, that's
Oh,
a
this
good
could be a 4-way easily.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We're already in it.
Don't do that. Period talk through.
Running through. Oh, that's what we go.
You're probably right. Yeah, you are probably right. Yeah, it fit the right thing. Oh, they're talking about period.
Online strips without clothing. I mean, yeah. That's how it
no,
works.
I'm good. No, that'll be fun. That'll be fun next week for sure.
All right.
I don't know. I got nothing else. I'm stretching for time here, which means I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the news done early. Oh, all right. So tomorrow morning, if any of you guys are interested in car audio, 9 o'clock, 12 volt news. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. We'll be talking about a panda that's a little Oriental kid that turns red.
Yeah, literally red.
Sounds like a winner. And whatever else happens between now and then, I will be at Disney. So that's my plans for this week. I have a very structured. So one on this. So Disney, if you have a lot of money and you want to do something very special, you can pay them to be your guided tour.
I've seen that before.
Okay. Yeah. It's like stupid amount of money. It can be up to 10 people. And friends of ours, friends of Sue, which is friends of ours, right. She's always wanted to do this. And she got an exceptionally large bonus check this quarter. She's like, it's my birthday. I'm treating myself right. And I'm going to do this. And you guys are coming. And I'm like, okay.
There you go.
So you walk to the front of the line. They chauffeur you around all the parks. And like so I got the itinerary the other day, because they literally like, you will not do this. And this wasn't Disney. This was them. Yeah. This is very like, like you will be left behind. If you will be left behind. You will be
so you're just along for the ride. Like,
you will fend for yourself. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm printing this out. I'm gonna have it in my pocket so I know what the fuck is going on. Because no, that's not gonna happen. But we're doing that this weekend. I'm pretty excited about it. That'll be pretty fun.
That'd be fun.
They're really cool people. But
yeah, I've always wanted to do that. That'd be cool.
Me too. I didn't know it was a thing. I just see them walking around. I'm like, wonder what those guys. I wonder how special those guys are. Why do they get that? Oh, because they got
money.
They got money.
Money gets you everything.
They got real money, not this YouTube shit.
Yeah, exactly. Where's all this YouTube money people are talking about?
Yeah. Where's all this David Dobrik money? Good Lord. All right, man. Thank you guys so much for spending your evening with us. You guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next week this same time. Bye.